Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. It's Whip It Wednesday for Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020. So if you want to see what I've been working on this week, please stay tuned. I hope everybody's had a good week this week so far. I had a pretty good week in the craft room. I made my weekly schedule for last week and the beginning of this week, and I was able to make some progress on a few things. So I'll just kind of go down the list, and that will cover everything that I wanted to get done from last week to this week. The first thing is the Volcano quilt. I actually worked on it. Let's see. It looks like I worked on it every single day. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I worked on it every day this past from last Wednesday to today, which is Tuesday. And I was able to make some pretty good progress on it. I have I finished the volcano part, and I finished the smoke, and I've started on the sky. I'm going to put some pictures here of the quilt so far. I am really excited about it. Now that I'm at this point, I'm starting to get excited because I know that there's not that much to go. It is a lot of fun, and overall, you know, it's a great project, and I can't wait to have it finished so I can present it to him as a graduation gift. Today, Wednesday, June 3rd, is actually his birthday. So if you want to send my Carter, who is also the graduate, send him a shout out. He's 18 today, so that's really exciting for him. And he's starting to get ready to go to college in the fall. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm really excited for him and for the new opportunity that he has. So shout him out in the comments. Give him a happy birthday. I know that he would love to hear from you. So let's see what else. I did work on my mask project and got some things done on that. I worked on I tucked some threads in for the purple quilt. I won't show it because you've seen that quilt a lot, but I have gotten some of the threads tucked in. That's actually not on my list for this week. So maybe when I have my sew whatever you want day, then I'll do a little bit of that. Or I could just kind of squeeze it in while I'm watching TV. That's always something that I could do. Let's see what else. String blocks. I worked on some string blocks, so I have those that I'll show you right here. I finished up all of the light blocks that I wanted to get done, so we'll do those first. One. Again, these are on a paper foundation. I just used regular copy paper that I cut down to 8.5-inch squares. And then I made 4 of the color blocks. And for some reason, these particular blocks seem to have a lot of pink in them. I must have been sewing with a lot of pink recently. I'm sure I did. And so I have a lot of pink in these blocks. Once we put it with everything, it's not going to matter and it won't show up as much. But I noticed as I was making these that whatever bag I was pulling for, it just happened to have a lot of pink in it. So that's all the strings, and the strings are actually not on my list for this week either. So I'm going to pull another project to work on that will be on next week's Whip It Wednesday. What else? I set aside some time for research and to look into some things that I wanted to do this week or over the summer. One thing that I wanted to look into was hand piecing and how I'm going to do that. And I actually decided that I'm going to pull these blocks out. You may have seen these. I'll put a link to the video on my scrap half square triangles because I have a ton of these that are left over from other projects. And I think I'm going to try to make some blocks like this using hand piecing. These, of course, were stitched on the machine, but I think that hopefully I can learn to do some hand piecing with some smaller pieces that are left over so I don't have to do any cutting. I'll just have to put them together. So I think that that's going to be my project for hand piecing. The half square triangles that I have some already cut down to 1.5 inches, but I do have more that I'll need to get cut. So I have to see how I'm going to work that into my schedule. I haven't decided when I'm going to start hand piecing. That is not on my list for this week. But hopefully really soon I'll get started with it, and you can follow the progress that I make on it. I have no idea what I'm doing. Never done it before. Well, that's not true. I did it very briefly when I first started quilting, but that was a really long time ago, and I'm not going to do it right now. So, what else? Oh, there is one more thing. The quilt behind me. Let me zoom out a little bit so that you can see it. And my dryer is buzzing, so that's what you hear. You might hear that in the background. So this is a quilt that I made a while ago, and it's kind of a sampler quilt. And I decided to just make an alphabet quilt. I just wanted to see what it would be like. And I'm showing it to you because I'm thinking about putting it as a part of Vlogmas in July. So if you're interested in doing a quilt along with letters, and I have the pattern written, and what's interesting about it is I'll show you how to resize these so that if you want to put somebody's name in a quilt, you can do that. And I know there are lots of ways to put names in a quilt, but if you want to put it in the patchwork, I can give you some tips about how to do that. If you're interested, leave a note in the description, and I will have that ready for you so that on Vlogmas in July, that can be a part of what we do. So let me think if there's anything else. Let me check my list here. Let's see. I think that's it for last week. And I've already shown you everything that I've done so far for this week. And now I have another project that I'm going to work on right after this. So that's what's next. Someone asked if I was working on a lot of projects at once. And my plan with this is to work longer on projects that I feel like need to be finished more quickly, and little snippets of time for projects that I don't. So even though I'm working on a lot of projects, or it seems like I'm working on a lot of different things, I am still placing priority on some projects. Like, for example, that Volcano quilt, I'm spending a lot of time on that. But the other projects, like I'm going to work on the A Star Is Born quilt pattern in a little bit, and probably only work on it for about half an hour because it's not a priority. It doesn't have to be finished quickly. So that's my approach. That way I don't get too bored, and I still get to make progress on lots of different projects. If you have any questions about what you've seen in this video, please leave it in the comments below. Thumbs up this video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!